And good morning to everyone out there. How's everybody doing? Did you guys hear that music? I'm trying something new here. Different program, different camera. I'm using my Logitech camera, using my Rode wireless microphone also, just to test something out, see how it works out. Um, so, did you guys hear that? Let me know. Uh, Good morning, Robert. Not in Mindanao. Are you in Mindanao or not in Mindanao? How you doing, Robert? Gene Strickland, good morning from East Texas. My man, Daryl Charity, good morning. Guys, Daryl Charity is one of probably, I would say, a super subscriber. Always has nice comments. Uh, Love to meet him one day. He's not, he's down below Manila. So one of these days, we're going to get in that car and we're going to go down and visit Daryl and check out the area he lives in. Ricky USA, how you doing, Ricky? You got your plane ticket purchased yet? Mike, married to a Filipino. How are you? From Ottawa, Canada. How is Canada doing? Jose De La Cruz. Hello from El Paso, Texas. There's a lot of De La Cruzes in the area, at least up in this area. Bruce, good morning, Bruce. How are you doing? Bruce, how long? I hope you're going to stay in here because I got to try something then a little bit later in the broadcast, and hopefully you'll be able to help me out if you're going to be around. Elisa, hello from Washington, but still in Imus at the moment. Imus. Steve, good morning, Steve. How are you doing, Steve? Another day in paradise. Adi Carr, another day in paradise. Finally I'm able to be here on time, and it's even 9 a.m. here. Normally when you start, it has to be 1 a.m. for me. Well, welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping in. Gary, good day from Australia. How's Australia? I may be a little behind, sorry. Lady Farmers, thinking big. All right, Lady Farmer, thinking big. How you doing, Lady Farmer? Brew fan, how are you doing? Bruce says, sounds okay and video is okay except for ceiling light. Sorry about that, Bruce. I'm going to I got a whole new setup coming in, and can't help it. I need the light in the room right now, but I got a whole different setup coming in to make the live streams a little bit better. Good morning from Los Angeles. Wesley, how are you doing? It's one place I never went to. I never went to California. I lived in the States my whole life, never went to California. I think the furthest west, furthest west I guess I went would be north south or west south area would have been Mexico. In the States, I think Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Good morning, John. How are you doing, John? Mike's from Alberta, Canada. Maybe you should try your original intro photo with different music. Thanks for, you know what, Gene? Thanks for putting it out there. I can show you. I like I said, I got this different setup going on. I can change logos. Like there's a logo I can put up. There's my logo I can put up. I have the ability to change different things in this new program I'm running, and a logo is one of them. So yeah, thanks for the input. Bruce says the lighting are okay, but should zoom in or lower cam so we don't have the light hitting the cam less direct and causing the contrast to lower. I am a bit critical trying to help. I thank you so much, Bruce. Let me see if I can bring up. My camera setting. Camera setting. See if it'll come up. There we go. There we go. Let me see. One. Oop, that's really tight. It might only like do one tight shot. Try that. How's that? Is that any better, Bruce? Now you're like it's up close and personal. I have to move the camera back a little bit, get it out of the. How's that, Bruce? Hello, my friend RG. How are you doing? Cam the Cook. Good day, Brian, from Prince Edward Island, Canada. Thanks for live streaming. I enjoy your content. Thanks for stopping in, Cam the Cook. You know what I want to do? Here's what like I said, I'm using a different program here. How much is private school here? I'll answer this question first. Once again, it depends on the private school. You can go, private schools can cost you 50,000 pesos a year, $1,000 on up to 2,000. It all depends on the private school you go to. Private school, our tuition fee for Hannah Grace is trying to think. Look usually pays that. So our private tuition runs how much, Lut? Pesos? Pesos? No, every month. Yeah. 2,700 for Hannah Grace. So you're looking at 40, 50, like right around $60 for private school. And it seems like every year they go up, private tuition fees. But you can find decent private schools here for a reasonable price. I hope that answers your question. What camera are you using? I'm using a Logitech. I bought this Logitech about a year ago, and Hannah used it for a while for schooling, and then I figured let me use it and see how it works out. Lighting wise, I'm not using any lighting, just the light above me. And like I said a little bit earlier, I got lighting. I got a different setup coming in with different lights and stuff to kind of give it more light, because lighting is a key when you do some live streaming. So lighting, just the one above me, and the lighting reflecting off the screen. You can go up to 450 pesos for private schools here. I believe it. Different areas. I'm sure down in Manila, BGC, Makati area, all that, you could probably find real expensive ones down there. Dan, how you doing? Big fan. Want to visit September 2023. Can you suggest someone to show me around? I did the same type of work you did, but in New York. Depends on where you're going, Dan. I don't know of any tour companies, I guess you could say. It's kind of one of those things, depending on where you go, you just gotta kind of branch out and go for the ride and take the adventure. But I don't know of anybody personally that can give you a tour guide. Unless you come up this area, then I can kind of show you around. But other areas, just kind of got to branch out there and do it. Any idea of how much 1 month motorbike rental is? Thomas, motorbike rentals, they're cheaper if you rent them by, of course, the week and by the month. You'd have to talk to the people and find out what type of deal you can get. But I know you can get very good deals if you do rent by the month. But as far as price-wise, I can't help you out. Also, your smaller scooters like a 125, 150, they're going to be less money. Some places do rent big bikes. So something you have to check out and just wheel and deal and find out the best deal you can get. So yeah. Manila nearby. Oh, okay, Dan. I wouldn't know. Just plan out your route. Where do you want to go? When we were down in Manila this past week, I got into a taxi, and a taxi gave me a price to take us to the Venice Mall. And I said, "Can you turn your meter on? How about a meter? How about the meter? Can you turn it on?" And he said, "No." I said, "All right, no meter, no ride." So I grabbed my phone. I have Grab in my phone. Grab's a app here, and got right on there. Booked a Grab. Showed up. Nice. I think it was a Toyota Vios showed up. Clean, air conditioned work, no problem. Price is set. Away I went. And when we got to where we had to go, I even gave him a little extra. But taxis, they can be a pain in the ass wherever you go. Best thing is download Grab and use that. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to try. I can invite guests. Like I can invite anybody that's right here, right now, onto my live stream. You'll be able to pop up. You'll be able to talk to me. We can talk back and forth. You can have your camera on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a test. I'm going to give this a try right now. I am going to invite our very first guest. What you're going to see is you're going to see this pop up on the screen. Let me bring this up. This is a test now, guys. This is a test. Making sure this is going to work. Using StreamYard. Yes, Lady Farmer, I am using StreamYard. So let's see if this pops up. Okay, there's a link. Now, my first guest should click on that link and see if this works. If I can invite this guest onto my channel. This is a test to see if it's going to work. Like I said, this is all new to me and all new to my guest. That's why I said, hey, Bruce, if you're here, Bruce, I know you've jumped on some live streams in the past. Hello from southern Switzerland. Hope to come out there in October. October is a nice time of the year. I always said, excuse me. It's perfect. Perfect. All right. We have our first guest. Oh, we have 3 guests. All right. I'm going to invite. Hang on. Let me do this. All right. Let me see. Turn your mic down. Turn your mic. Hello, Bruce.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm getting an echo.
Mic going real loud.
I must be doing something
Is
wrong.
that me or you? All right. We have another guest we're going to add in here. Let me add this third guest in here. Here we go. There's
Hey,
Vic.
Brian.
How are you, Vic?
Hey, Philly in the Philippines. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Watching a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game on TV right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not a big baseball fan. I do watch the highlights. I watch Fox 29 News, and there we go. I'm just playing around here. I watch Fox 29 News, and I always get the Phillies update. Look, I get a drink of water. And of course, I'm not an Eagles fan. Oh, you're from Philly, or are you just a Philly fan?
Yeah, we got a lot of relatives in Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
over in South Jersey, right next to Clementon Amusement Park. Pretty nice to get you on the online. I had a close friend, and
Yeah.
her father worked for Boeing out in the Philippines for over 25 years.
Okay. All right.
So we heard about they're Filipino, and we heard about the Philippines my whole life growing up. They love Christmas. They celebrated Christmas stronger than anybody I knew in the U.S.
Oh yeah. And Christmas time is coming up. The Burr months.
Yeah, they said they used to go shopping with no taxes in September. Do they still do that?
That I haven't heard of. Can you get me a drink of water? You're talking about the VAT tax that they have here.
Yeah, they said it was like more of like getting all the kids ready for school, and they made sure like there was a September was a shopping month that they would visit the Philippines just to go shopping,
Okay.
and that was a strong part of their lives. But because he worked for Boeing, he could fly from Delaware all the way to Philippines, and they would pay for it. So
Right.
his expenses were paid, and it was quite a few stories. I've really heard a lot about the Philippines, and they have a larger family. And there's some Philippine cultural centers in South Jersey where people get together to understand like culture immersion. And we still have Philippine restaurants in Philadelphia.
There is. Is there a
Yep.
Jollibee yet, Philly?
I wish I could get more connected with all that. I noticed the whenever I meet the people that are Filipino, they all tell me the same thing. They go back to their nation and they really enjoy visiting.
Sure. Is there a Jollibee yet in Philly?
I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure. I think you can find a lot of Filipinos that contact the public in their work. They work retail and all, and they're
Okay.
very much available. Another thing that was really interesting is the amount of involvement they are. Just like you watch TV about the United States, they all watch television all about the Philippines.
Okay.
And that's pretty interesting. And they're very proud of the amount of involvement they have with all the United States activities that support what they want after many, many years of traveling back and forth. I would say things have changed so much with the connectivity and like what you're doing when you go for a walk. They're very familiar with things, and I noticed you're actually updating information better than Google Earth. You've got the buildings more modern than Google Earth has. When you're on a location, I'll bring it up on Google Earth, and it's not correct. Your
Right.
videos are correct. And
Okay.
I did that just the other day, and I'm just like, wow, this is very helpful. Your all your videos.
Right. I think Google Earth, it's kind of blurry, right? When you kind of zoom in on it or draw it in or try to look around. Aren't things a little blurry on Google Earth?
They do editing. In fact, in the Philippines, there was a guy riding a motorbike, and they edited his shield to blur what his eyes look like. But I don't think they needed to. I think it was just a precaution for the matter that they just don't want to advertise for other people that they were on Google Earth. They want to let people focus on the landmarks rather than the pedestrians and the motorcycles. But the editing really is taking over to get more of a business aspect of why they promote Google Earth, which I'm sure it's all financial business incentives.
Sure. I know Google Maps is terrible here. They're good to an extent, but beyond that, it's just terrible. Down in Manila, there, the Google Maps I was using Well, it got me down the highway, but once I got off, I missed my turn. You have so many roads in Manila, and they branch off. Of the road to the left might be one road name, but you're on an 8-lane highway, and the other 4 might be another name road. So it doesn't tell you bear left or bear right. So when you get down there, you flip that coin and you hope you took the right way. But it gets you to a point. But Manila City, the traffic and the roads, Google Maps just gets lost. It's crazy. Waze is best.
Yeah, I like the integrity of your videos. I never feel like I'm wasting time. Yeah, I think you're like more. You really show your experience to get to the subject matter that promotes what everybody's interested in, which is definitely feeling like it was a worthwhile experience.
Right.
But one thing I love to mention is all the Philippine people from the Philippines in New Jersey, in Philadelphia, down at the shore. I can actually throw your name at them and make sure they watch one of your videos on YouTube, and they always thank me. And I said, yes, they're kind of learning about the connectivity on the internet, and they're not totally familiar with that. They feel intimidated by all the technology, and then they get more connected with it. And I would just say in the near future, as these devices are commonplace and readily available, and like you could just bring them up on your smart TV, I think it's going to change. I think you're going to surprise yourself with 1 million viewers one day on just hitting the right sequence of information and what people love to see.
The thing with, you say hitting 1 million views on a video, it's that algorithm. It's up and it's down. You can't figure it out. You can only you just put your tags in, throw it out there, put a name on something, and do the best you can. And it's the algorithm. You can't figure that algorithm out. And if it did, everybody would have 1 million views. But I always said, and the thing I always did was, when I was researching, when I first started, how to get more views, how to get more subscribers. And they were saying the key is just continue to upload videos. The algorithm is going to pick up something and it's going to take off. But yeah, with technology, I mean, who doesn't watch like YouTube or basically YouTube? It's like an everyday show for people.
Yeah, when some people say cut the cable on your house, the first thing I think of is how many videos you're going to love on YouTube. You're going to love enjoying the binge watching and getting the vocabulary really good for the chats and knowing how to people like when you put StreamYard on, that everybody would say drop the link, and you get ready for that on other people's channels. And here you are. This is my very first StreamYard. It was you, Bri. All the other videos I watch, I just chat. And this was the one who inspired me to jump on and get a live chat. And my stepfather served over in Guam and Vietnam during the war. He had 20 years United States Air Force. So he actually talked about Philippines and flying over, and he says, we flew right over the country, which means there was no high rises to interfere with their aircraft. Sure. And he says, we were looking to draw the enemy out, and they really wouldn't get the opposition that they thought they would get. But he had we had a lifetime of stories about Vietnam, and I saw some of the Vietnam tourism and some of the people I meet that are from that area in the United States. It's a very friendly conversation. It's very exciting to mention that he brought home some of the food selections over in the Philippines. To this day, that's some of his favorite foods that we have on the dinner table. And I thought that was a strong influence of serving 20 years in the military.
Sure. Guys, I just put out the link again. See if anybody else can jump on. I don't know, Bruce, if you want to hop back on. I do know Lady Farmer. She was Lady Farmer. She was trying to get on. You don't need a camera. You can use a mic if you want to. But yeah, and how is the sound? You guys getting feedback, echo, or anything like that? Like I said, this is the first time I've tried this. So you guys are trying it out with me also. All right, we're going to bring up Bruce. All right, there you go, Bruce.
All right. I muted the original audio that I was listening to from YouTube, and I think I get the audio from the StreamYard because I was getting both, I think, before. I'm not real familiar with how to do this. I'm not, I think this is the second time I've gotten on StreamYard, so you've got to excuse my ignorance.
Hey, we all learn, right? I mean, you guys getting an echo if I'm not talking and you guys are talking? Is my mic picking up what you're saying?
You're coming out, Brian.
It seems fine to me now that I muted the original YouTube that I was watching, and
Right.
I'm watching the on StreamYard, but now I don't see the chats on the side. So I don't know, maybe I gotta go ahead and listen on this one, but go back and watch on the YouTube. Maybe that's the secret.
Right. Dave, welcome to the live stream. I like your setup.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Good, good.
I love your show, Brian. Just got to tell you that.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Where are you from?
Fresno, California.
Okay.
And I just want to be there so badly. And I love you taking us on, walk, and it makes it feel like we're there. You know what I mean?
Let me see. Oh, sorry, I got that. Not what I want. I'm clicking here, and
I'm not the only one pushing the wrong buttons.
That's all right. I'm figuring it out.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm here just to try to help you out, and I guess I'm learning at the same time because I came on the first time I had it screwed up.
All right. I think I have my camera off, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your camera's off, but you don't have a picture in there. It's just a blank circle with a figure of a body. There's
right.
Most of the people
that
have
a thumbnail.
Yeah, most of the people that do that have a picture.
Yeah, usually guys choose like a symbol instead of a picture. Like they'll choose a cool logo that they want.
Yeah, or a snapshot of their face or something.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian hasn't done that yet, so it's just a generic circle.
He's doing great for his first StreamYard.
Yeah, it really is my first time.
Let me try.
I had to learn a little bit too.
Uh-oh. Logo. No, that's not it. I'm trying it.
So you must be using a cell phone, Vic, because you went sideways.
Yeah, I think it's a better picture, right?
Yeah, you've got to maintain the portrait or the landscape rather. When you went portrait, you went sideways.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've always found that my iPad works the best.
That's what I'll do next time.
Some phones will automatically change the format, and others do not. Now, I'm using a laptop, so my camera's sitting on top. So if I want to turn it, this is what you did when you turned your phone.
Yeah.
So it appears as though I have a horizontal view, and it's a portrait view. Looks like it's good for the.
Brian's back.
Yeah.
Welcome to our live stream, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome anytime. I'll give you a wrench.
Oh, Brian, for being gone.
Yeah.
We blocked him out.
What I'm going to try to do is reach out to other vloggers out there and see if they'll jump on a live stream with me. I know a couple that will jump on and will participate, but I'm going to try to get some of the big boys in the area.
There you go.
See if they'll hop on.
No, you don't mean overstay, do you?
Nah, Mark does his own thing.
No, I got nothing against him. He's drying out and he's doing good.
Yeah, that's one good thing. He's on the wagon, and that's good for him. Um, but everybody does their own thing here. You
Yeah.
know, everybody has their own channel, how they run it, what they do. That's what makes everything different. And I always say, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. That's Philippines life. How are you guys doing? Hello from Boracay. We just jumped to, but we just woke up. You guys check out the Philippines life. There are a couple down in Boracay, correct? Boracay, and they're living they're living in paradise, as you would call it, right? But thanks for jumping on. The ghost of Pennsylvania, still alive, Brian? Yes, I am. So what? Now, Dave, do you come to the Philippines? You visit?
I'm an old veteran. I'm a Navy veteran. I was there in the 70s, 72 through 75. I was on USS Mobile. I've been to Longapo City and, Manila. Um, and I understand you live near the old Clark Air Force Base. Is that right? Angeles
Yes.
City? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was there during the war.
Okay.
But I'm living through all of, your and other people that are living in the Philippines. I'm living through you guys, because my wife passed away last year, and I want to go there so bad. There's nothing holding me here.
Sure.
You guys just have so much more courage than I do. You know what I mean?
All right. There's nothing wrong with visiting.
Yeah, that's what I intend to
You
do.
can always visit.
That's what
Like
I
Bruce.
I'd like to visit, but Philippines is holding out, unlike most of the other Southeast Asian countries. They're holding out and restricting us purebloods from being able to travel there. And
Right.
if I want to go to Thailand, or I guess there's a list of about 50 other places I can go unvaccinated, but the one place I want to go is the place that's not allowing me to go. So we're going to wait until they quit with their holdout. And, wife doesn't want to get the shot either. And it wasn't required for her job. So we both are dead set against it. So when they stop that restriction, we'll be on our way.
Do you think they'll ever lift that restriction?
Well, they're almost going to have to, because all of the people that want to come to the Philippines are going to Thailand and to other places, and they're losing money, and they need the money. There are a lot of people that got the shot so they could go. They had to get the shot because it was required for their job or whatever.
Sure.
But there's still a good portion of people like myself that are holding out, that refuse to travel if they're going to require the shot. So
Right.
they're losing money. I can't tell you the percentage or how much, but they're definitely losing money.
Yeah. And you see it. You see it here. I know when we were down in Sabang, it's still not Puerto Galera. It's still that tourism is still not there like in the past. Um, Different areas, yes, there's tourism, but I was told a lot of the tourism um, are local, are like Filipinos traveling from Manila to, say, Boracay, El Nido. They're doing a vacation. Those are most of the tourists that you see. Up here in Angeles City, the tourists that you see, a lot of Koreans, they've always been here coming in, and Westerners. Now, how do you know? When you see a white guy walking down the road, is he American? Is he Australian? Is he? You don't know. So I don't know where they're coming from, but a lot of Koreans are coming here.
Ryan, do you think you'll come to Philadelphia sometime?
I was supposed to go back to Philly about a year ago or so, and then of course the pandemic and all. And you know what? I could have went back to Philly, no problem. I could exit. I could enter on my 13A visa, but at the time to enter back in, well, you got a 10-day quarantine. You got to pay it. You got to sit in a hotel, and you got to pay for all that. And I could have quarantined right here in Angeles, which to me makes no sense when I live here. Let me quarantine at home. Yes, I plan to get back. I don't know when yet. Once again, air flights. That'd be something I would book way in advance to get a better rate. But yeah, I'll come back to Philly to visit. That's it, just to visit and eat a
What
cheese.
Oh,
would you, what would you enjoy doing
and
in
one
a
other I'm going to say, don't you have one other complication, Brian, that it's going to be not as easy to bring Lut or Louisa with you if you wanted to go because she didn't stay in America long enough to get citizenship? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Now, Lut would not be able to go unless I applied for a visa again for her. But just for
Yeah,
her to
that's what I
hop on a
thought.
plane and ride back with me, she can't do it.
And visas are extremely hard to get. You know that. Um,
Sure.
I wish, and you probably also, if you admit it, probably wish that you'd have waited long enough to get citizenship and then got dual, and then going back and forth would be easy. It's going to be difficult now.
Sure. Um, what is she? I have to get her a spousal visa
Yeah, and
to get
that's
her
very
back over.
difficult.
And that can take up to a year. I mean, guys do it. My buddy John, he done it for his wife, but it can take up to a year. Now, that was up to a year pre-pandemic. So who knows what it's like now?
And the prices for all of the paperwork has gone up tremendously. And you've got to prove that you can support her with showing a adequate income. And there is so much to go through. It is real fiasco. It's a lot of work. I remember when I went through just a fiance visa years ago, it was so much easier. And the spousal visa was much more difficult. I didn't want to do it then. So I brought her here to America to get married rather than getting married there. And I promised her we'll go back after we get paperwork settled, and we'll go back and have a second wedding. So everybody was fine with that of coming here to get married. But
Right.
I understand it got a lot worse because now it's done through Homeland Security, where it was. I forget what the name of the corporation was that was handling it. Immigration Services, but now it's Homeland Security, and things got a lot tighter and a lot more expensive and a lot more paperwork. So
Bruce,
good luck with it.
How long ago was that you guys got
Uh,
married?
I brought her here in 1999, 24 years ago,
24.
and it was not
Wow.
being handled by Homeland Security back then. It was a lot easier process. It still took about 10 months to get through, and it still costs many hundreds of dollars for every step of the paperwork. And it's
Yeah.
gotten a lot worse now. And because a spousal visa is, they realize that the person might be staying there permanently. You got a lot more paperwork to go through. A fiance visa is only a 90-day stay. So you do a lot of paperwork to have them stay longer after she's here. So it's quicker. But if you go for the spousal visa, you need to do all that paperwork before she steps foot in the country. So it's a
Wow.
lot more extensive and a lot more expensive
Yeah.
and more time consuming to get it done. I
Yeah.
feel bad for Brian that he didn't get the American citizenship and then go for dual. That's what I've done with my wife. Went for the American citizenship. And I don't know why some countries don't make you do it, but if you want American citizenship, you got to renounce citizenship for your home country.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Philippines will allow you to become a dual without renouncing your American. So that's the only way you can become dual is be a Filipino, give it up, become an American, and then become a Filipino again. And even that's not easy because they closed up all the places to go to get it done. She had to fly to Washington, D.C. and spend nearly a week there and go through all of the paperwork and interviews and oath taking and all that. So she had to pay for an expensive hotel. Washington, D.C. hotels are not $10 and $20. They're hundreds of dollars a night.
Sure.
And
But
food and expenses and flights. So I don't even remember what it cost. It was not cheap.
Do you think that the Philippines makes it easier for them because so many of them go overseas to work?
Well, she she doesn't. It's not any easier. We have actually, since she's got her dual, we haven't been back to the Philippines. She just got that a few years ago, and that was about when the pandemic started hitting. But it's American passport is correct me if I'm wrong, is the best passport in the world. We have more freedom to go anywhere we want than
Yes.
anybody else. The Philippine
That's true.
passport is highly crippled. They're not allowed to go to nearly as many places as an American
Losing you,
can.
Bruce.
What's that?
Oh, there you go. I said we lost you for a split second. You're back now.
Oh, okay. I was just saying the American passport is a gold standard. We can go anywhere we want. And the Filipinos are highly restricted to mostly Southeast Asia and a few other places. They don't travel to near as many places as we can. In other words, they can't come to America. Yeah, we can go there, but they can't come here.
Right, right. And then to get the visitor's visa,
Forget it.
forget
Forget
that.
it.
Unless you've got major investments here in the Philippines, and I'm talking,
You have to be a world-renowned superstar.
Oh yeah, you're not.
If your name's not Manny Pacquiao,
The average schmuck like me, I'm not getting that for her.
But now I want to understand. I want to understand something though, because I've heard so much about that. All Filipinos have the ability to go to other places and work, like United Arab Emirates, and a lot of them come to America as nurses. They get their nursing degree and work. Is that something different than what we're
That's
talking
a
about?
work
with
visa.
spousal?
Yeah, that's
a work visa.
Yeah.
They have to be promised a job and somebody that's going to give them a wage and take care of them and prove that they're not going to be a burden on the government. And getting a work visa is not easy. You can't get a work visa to come to America to be a housemaid or something simple.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do need nurses. We're short on nurses. So if you can get a place to promise you a job as a nurse and they're needed, they can come here for that reason, but only because it's a job that we're in short supply of. And
Yeah.
they have an offer. They can't say, I'd like to come there and look for a job. They have to have a solid offer to get here.
It's pretty
It's
much
not
how
easy.
it works.
Yeah.
What about being an exchange student?
I don't know. Have you ever heard anything about exchange students, Bruce? How that
No,
works?
I haven't heard about exchange students, but that's done through the schools, and you can volunteer. I know of people that have gotten exchange students from other countries. I haven't heard about Philippines, but I would not doubt that that's a possibility. But whenever you get an exchange student, you are responsible for everything they do, their room, their board, their food, their medical. You're responsible for everything that happens. So you need to fill out a lot of paperwork and take on a lot of responsibility. So if you did get a Filipina or Filipino, either one, over here as an exchange student, be your responsibility to get them back on the plane and get them home.
Now, Bruce, how about when people, because I've heard people bring Filipinos over, like family members, petition to bring over, say, a mother or a sister, or how does that work?
You can do that. It's a lottery system. There's a quota. There's only allowed so many. And you have to, again, be able to show that you can take care of that person, have affidavit of support, show your tax returns and all that. And it's a long, arduous process, and it might take 10 years to get it done. It's on a lottery system. So you can't just say, I'm going to bring my mom here next year. It doesn't work that way. Take a long, that's the longest time that it would take to get a visa to get a relative over here. That's the longest, hardest one to get.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I hear people do it, so I don't know.
It happens. It
Right.
happens that it's likely hitting the lottery. You might get lucky, you might not. I know people that have applied and they couldn't do it, and they couldn't do it. And I know other people that have applied and they were successful and they did bring their mother or their father or their sister here.
Okay. It's a pain. It's all a
There's
pain.
no guarantee. There's
No
no guarantee. A fiance visa is almost guaranteed. You just have
Yes.
to wait your turn.
Yes. When I applied for Luisa's fiance visa, it only took less than 6 months. I had an agency here do it for us, and they were really good. You know, we need this information, these documents. I sent it to them. They would send me the paperwork. I'd sign it. I'd send it to Louisa. She'd sign it. It was very simple. You can track the process online, but it only took, like I said, it took less than 6 months. Now I'm hearing it's taken longer than 6 months to get that.
Now, it all depends on what agency you're going through. I think at the time I went through Chicago, and there's other agencies depending on what part of the country you're in and how backlogged they are. And it depends on who's handling it at the time. Now it's Homeland Security, and things are a lot tighter. You know,
Right.
if you were on the south of the border, no visas necessary. Just walk on across. But when you're on the other side of an ocean, you unless you're a very powerful swimmer, you need to get your proper paperwork in order to get on a plane.
Get in line and walk across, right, Bruce? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I just put up the link again.
So,
Anybody else?
Brian, what's your favorite basketball team, and how do you get to watch it in the Philippines?
Well, I watch the Sixers. And how do I watch it? I watch it off of my Roku, or not my Roku, but my my Amazon Fire Stick. I have a sports app that I can log on to, and it brings up every single sport. It'll bring up baseball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling, if there's pay-per-views, and it gives me the time that it's on here, and boom, I just click on that, and that's how I watch sports here. That's the best thing you can get here. The best thing you can buy. You know, when I got that Fire Stick, I ditched that cable TV, and that's all I use now.
Yeah, Roku and Fire Stick. There's a few other streaming devices, and
Right.
You can get a lot of stuff for free on those. But you can also subscribe. Like I got Roku, and I can watch my Netflix on that. I can also watch Netflix on my smart TV. I can watch it on my
Right.
cell phone with an app. I can watch it on my laptop. You know, there's a lot of ways to watch a lot of different things, but you just need a device that allows streaming, that has the ability to get the channels that you want. Roku and the Fire Stick are two of the most popular that have hundreds and hundreds of different channels to subscribe to, or
See,
free.
you can get them for free, or you can pay for like a package. Like I watch Philo TV, and I pay maybe, I think, around $20 a month, but it has everything on there that I like. History Channel, Animal Channel, just every channel that I used to watch online, or when I had cable, I watch through Philo. Um, my local news, it's just an app. Like every evening, 6 o'clock, I click on that app, go into Fox 29, Good Morning America, watch local news. I have another app that allows me to watch movies, the latest movies that are out there. You can pay for some packages, but other stuff is just completely free. Just got to know how to use it. There's a way to work it.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get just about anything you want. I cut the cable bill here ages and ages ago, because there's for one thing, I can get about at least 50 different channels over the air to get all of the local stuff. And then of course I got Netflix, and I got all the streaming that I can get with the smart TVs, and
Sure.
with the TiVo, and with the Roku. So there's more than I have a chance to watch. And the TiVo will record over the air programs, and sometimes I don't get to watch the programs I want to see until maybe a week or two later, because I get behind on watching. I got
Right.
so much. Anyway,
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to get out of here and give somebody else a chance. It was
All
great
right,
talking
Bruce.
with everybody.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on. Greatly appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad that I had a chance to talk with you face to face and meet some other gentlemen. And I'll get out here. I'll watch you for a few more minutes before I head off to bed.
All right, Bruce. Take care.
Thank you, Bruce.
There we go. I learned how to boot him out. Ace Bachelor, cool. I didn't boot him out. I just hit the remove button. I'm learning all this right now. But yeah, Ace Bachelor, cool. How's Ace doing? Ace is here in Angeles City. Kevin, Brian, can you give us an update on Bing as we've not seen any updates since last Monday? Bing is doing good. She started school. If you didn't see that, she started school Monday, 6 a.m. I think. No, she had to be there early. She's in that morning class. So I'll have two classes. One in the morning, they have one in the evening because the schools are so small. There's too many kids. So now I think she's up at like almost 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, along with Louisa, because Louisa will walk her to school. But she seems to be enjoying it. She seems to meeting new friends and stuff, and she's hopefully she'll get away. She's shy, so she'll get it figured out.
Hey, Brian, thank you for the live stream.
Hey, no problem.
I'm gonna drop out of here for now, and I just wanted to appreciate everything you're doing and let you know that your videos are coming out great, and keep up all the good work.
Thank you for stopping in, Vic, and participating in the first group chat.
Brian, you can take me out if you like as well. Let somebody else in.
All right, Dave.
I love talking to you. Love the videos you put out, and say hi to the family for me.
Will do. We'll take care.
Okay.
Thanks.
Where are we at? Remove. I got to remove. All right. Let's get back. Ellen, Philly, any half decent cheesesteaks in the Philippines? When the last time you had one? Oh, last time I had one was back home over 6 years ago. Any decent ones here? They make them here. They're okay. There's just always something missing. There's always something missing, whether it's the bread, the meat. But they make halfway decent ones. I got to give them an A+ for trying. And then I've eaten some cheesesteaks here where they called them cheesesteaks, but they are no good. All right. Bruce is watching now on YouTube. There's a long delay as I see him still there chatting. That's YouTube. Please do more live chats like this, Brian. It's great. Great meeting new Philippine expats. Ghost in Pennsylvania. I plan to do more. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you were here. I got some lights coming. The only light I'm using is a light above me, so the lighting's not that great. I just ordered a new mic. Right now I'm using my Logitech, which seems to be okay. I think once I get light, it'll light up it'll light up more of me. And so yeah, I plan on connecting with other YouTubers here, see if I can get them on and we could talk to them. But yeah, Big Kev. How you doing, Big Kev? Good morning to Big Kev. How's Big Kev doing? We ought to get Big Kev. I'm gonna put it out there. It's up to you. I'm doing. This is my first time, Big Kev, doing a live stream with other people. Now I know you do it on your channel quite a bit. So there's the live stream chat code. If you want to join, anybody want to join, hop on, say hello. You don't need a camera. If you don't want to have a camera on, you can have a mic and talk. That's cool. Thomas says, Big Kev, please come on the show. I am in CDO stream. It's fine on my end. Cool. You guys are giving me the feedback. Victor Coco. Good morning, Victor. Thanks for a live stream. Great to be on your first. Oh, yeah, Victor. No problem. No problem. You're making history. You're making history on Philly in the Philippines. Let me see. I'm sure I missed a lot of people's comments. Let me scroll back. Is Lit bored today as she is alone today? No kids at all? Kevin, let me think. Hannah Grace is home. Hannah Grace is home. She goes to school right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, from 7 a.m. to I think 3:20 p.m. Yeah, because I pick her up. Thursday, Friday, she does homeschooling online. Now, starting next month, she will be back to 5 days a week, 7 to 3:20. So Hannah is home. Like I said, next month they'll be doing. Matter of fact, it might be next week. Yesterday they had off school because. Let me think. Because the the storm that went through. It wasn't a typhoon. It was a tropical storm. So they called off school yesterday. All public schools and all private schools had off. So, yeah, but that's what's going on now. Come Monday, I think when Hannah goes and Bing's gone, besides me and Lut and the housekeeper, it'll be quiet. Yeah. Lut did an amazing job singing the other day. Yes, Lut loves to sing. Lut really loves to sing. Problem with doing videoke on running a stream is, and it happened to me. You'll get like a copyright strike because it sounds like they give you the old sounds like. So it's tough. It's tough to do a live stream with videoke. But yeah, she does like to sing. Ken says class hours here are 12 to 6. Now, is that, Ken, do they have morning class there and afternoon class like they do here? Because we got that morning class, which Bing is in, and then the afternoon class. A lot of public schools are set up like that. Unless you're in a really tiny barangay out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, both. Like where Lutz from, they have schooling all day long. I heard they had a shortage of classroom chairs for schools there. What the hell happened to the chairs? I don't know. That's the first I ever heard of it. I didn't hear of that. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if they didn't have a shortage here. Have I seen Philo around? Looks like he is giving up on vlogging. I'll send him some messages, text him here and there, and find out how he's doing. Maybe he's taking a break from vlogging. Maybe he's done. I don't ask him. I just, how you doing? What are you up to? Just talk. But yes, as far as I know, he's still around. Dallas Cowboys home game versus Buccaneers on September 11th. All right, I'll have to make sure to watch it. Definitely have to. Well, here's the thing with football, because football is played in the afternoon in the United States, like say at 1:00 p.m. It's 1 a.m. here. So for me to watch a game that's at 1 p.m. in the United States, I would have to get up and I would actually have to watch it early in the morning. let's welcome up the one, the only, a legend in the YouTube vlogging community. Big Kev. How you doing, Big Kev?
Hey, Brian.
Good to see you.
What's happening, man?
Nothing. Just trying out the StreamYard live stream. You know, I know you do it, and you've been doing it for a while. So I figured let me get in on the game. I'm late. I'm late to the game, but
Well,
I'm,
I mean, you're never too late,
yeah.
you know.
You guys, this is Kev, Big Kev. What's your link? What's your channel?
Big Kevin Media.
Big Kevin Media. It's a completely different format than me, but Big Kev's been doing it for a while, a long time.
It used to be Big Kevin No Bull, but a lot of Filipino women used to say Big Kevin No Balls. They couldn't say bull, so
right.
they used to say Big Kevin No Balls.
Yeah. I tell you what, Kevin has a very interesting story. I ran into Kevin online probably 5 years ago at least.
Well, Seth Style, he's the one that got me. I used to, him and I and Roberto was, I used to go back and forth with him.
Right. And
He's the one that got me hooked.
Yeah, easily 5 years. But yeah, now Kev has a story, and if he wants to share it, that's up to him. His Filipina story of what happened to him while he was here living in the Philippines. It's up to him if he wants to share it, but he has a very, very interesting story. Whatever happened to Sestao? Roberto, Robert, not Min. Who knows? I don't know. People ask me that all the time. I don't know what happened to him. He just
haven't seen Roberto in years. I just talked to Roberto on the phone because he lives in Dallas, Texas, and I called him up because I heard there was some bad weather there and like raining. Because I live in Kentucky, and he lived just a couple of states away, and they were having some pretty bad weather. So I just called him up and say, hey, and he's doing good. So about me and my story.
Wait a second, Kev. There, I just put the link to Kev's channel. And like I said, it's a different format, different people. It's not for everybody. You got to come in with a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor,
that's all it is.
You'll get. It's not going to be for you, because you got to take it for what it is. So there's the link to it. Check it out. Like I said, some of you might like it. Some of you might be like, nah, don't like it. But you always have that choice not to watch. So, all right, Kev, go ahead.
I lived in Iloilo for over 13 years. I opened up an internet cafe. I opened up a billiard business, and I thought I was going to live in the Philippines forever. so with that thinking, I said, hell, I'm just going to live happily ever after, and yeah, it didn't work out that way. And I didn't pay my what do you call it? I overstayed for 13 years. but I work. I mean, I had my own business. And when that bellied up 4 years later, I start teaching Korean English at
Loading.
at
It's loading.
I started teaching English at Korean academies and over in Iloilo, and after that in Bacolod. And I met two women, and both women got pregnant, and I got a son, and I got two daughters. One of my son, he passed away when he was 10 months old, and I got two daughters from another lady, and two 2013. My son's mom, I mean my daughter's mom, her brother buried a machete in my forehead from my eye all the way through my temple, and that ended my stay.
That ended your stay real quick, huh? Now, do you
Yeah,
think if that didn't happen, you think you'd still be here?
Oh yeah, because
You'd still be
I
there.
had, yeah, because like I said, I wasn't like Peter B, and I wasn't like Bama and all these
Right.
other people. I wasn't dodging. I had a family, and I was working at the Korean school, and I was, like I said,
Right. You
I
were here. You were like, and we both know there's a lot of overstayers here, but they're not
oh,
bothering
thousands,
anybody.
thousands
just
and
here.
thousands.
Like you, they might have a business. They're raising a family. They're taking care of families. They're not bothering anybody. And thousands, like you said, thousands of them here. But your stay ended when the bolo got whacked upside your head, and that was it. You had to go. You had to leave because of medical reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So and when was that? 13 years ago.
Well, I got asked to leave.
All
Um,
right.
I had, see, my passport ran out, and right here's my old passport,
Right.
and
Right.
I had to go to my embassy, and I was going to go to Guam and get medical treatment, and I found out that my passport expired, and
Right.
they
And, and you're not. Once that expired, you couldn't apply because it would show up that you were an overstayer, right?
yeah, well, it expired, and the embassy said you have to get a new passport. And I said okay. I went, and then they said, well, now you got to go over to immigration, and now you need to get stamped. And then they said, Mr. Higginson, you overstayed over 13 years ago. And they said,
Right.
you owe us 5,000 US.
Right. Now you could have paid that. If you had $5,000, you could have paid all them
Right
back
now.
fees, all them overstay, and they would have caught you up to date,
That
and
was
you
it.
got stamped, and you'd have been good to go. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ricky says, Kevin, are you blacklisted now from overstaying? Are you?
I was blacklisted for 4 months. For
Right.
4 months, I was blacklisted, and then now I am after 4 months, and now I got to pay the overstay fee, and now I can go back to the Philippines.
So your blacklist has been lifted, but you can't return unless
My
you
my
pay that.
my stay, the 4 months is lifted.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I just got to pay the fee. And last month I was told by Big E that his lawyers from his company they reduced the 5,000 to 2,000, and he paid the 2,000.
So you're saying right now that's washed clean. It's been paid for. You can
And
hop on
now,
a plane tomorrow and fly into the Philippines.
5 months it has to go. It has to be circulated through the system.
Okay. All
Because you
right.
know how long it takes to get, like
Sure.
when you file a like a marriage certificate, it takes a while to get circulated.
Sure.
And
Sure.
Big E said it takes a while for it to get, because the lady at the immigration office, she said, moment you pay the bill, don't expect to get on the airplane and go, here I am, because
Right.
it
Right.
takes,
Right.
because it's a paper trail. I mean, they don't, like electronic trail takes a while to get circulated.
Sure. Sure. So many amazing stories in the Philippines. You're right.
But I didn't expect him or not you, but other people in my community to tell me this. He just came up and he told me on my show. He said, Kevin, I got no on his show. He said, Kevin, I got big news. Come on my show, and I'll get something to tell you. And I went on his show, and he said he revealed this to me, and I was dumbfounded,
Did you get
kind
a
of
receipt?
teary
Did you
eyed.
get something in writing? Did you make sure that it's actually true? Because you know how
Nah,
people play games. You know how they
I,
play games.
well, he's very on. He's a very. I mean, he's not he's not a circle jerk person, but I kind of wish I kind of wanted to, like, can you repeat this? I mean, put it up to the camera and say, can you one more time? Can you repeat what you said? But
We're spinning. So you got a confirmation that it's paid for and everything.
um. I'm gonna wait. See, I just turned 60, and I'm gonna get my retirement when I'm 62. I'm gonna cash because I retired when I'm 62, and I get my
Right.
retirement money from the Alaska from the mining. I'm vested in the mining company in Alaska, so I'm gonna get. I'm vested in that company, so I'm gonna get that money too. So when I'm 62, so I'm gonna get them both combined. So that's gonna help me out.
Right. Right. Well, I hope now, if that's all true, you plan to return, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To visit, to live, or
Well,
don't you know?
I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna
Right.
come back um,
Okay.
legally,
Right. Right. Right.
legally, and pay my fee.
Right. And don't overstay.
Well, that's what I mean. Pay my fee and stuff.
Yeah. So, all right,
But
Kev. You
I
know
mean,
what?
I think it's kind of silly that you gotta pay to breathe air. But
Pay-
don't buck the system.
What do you mean, pay to breathe air?
Like Doctors Without Borders, they can travel to countries and countries without fee and penalties and stuff. I think that's cool. But if somebody wants to go to another country, you got to pay like immigration and stuff like that. And if you're late, you got to pay over fee and stuff. I mean,
I, I would think though that those doctors that travel and stuff, they might be running under a different visa. I don't know, because they have a list long of visas when you enter. Most people just get the tourist visa, but if somebody's on like a medical mission or something, I don't know how they. If there's a different visa, a separate visa, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's like special privilege.
Of course. Yeah. All right, Kev. You know what? I'm going to jump off here.
All right.
But thanks
But
for
it was a
stopping.
good experiment. I hope this was. I hope I get some new subs.
Well, like I said to everybody, it might not be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
If you have a sense of humor and you can laugh and take a joke and open minded,
I
jump
have
over.
over 800. I have over 880 YouTube videos. It talks about my life story in the Philippines, Alaska, and here in Kentucky. Something got to be entertaining from my ventures.
Right. All right, Big Kev. Thanks
All
for
right,
stopping
Brian.
in. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for inviting. Hey! You owe
Hey,
me. I mean, you owe
yeah,
me,
yeah.
man.
All right.
Thank you, Brian. Have
See
a
ya.
good day. Have a good buddy. Bye bye.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
All right, guys. Uh, yeah, that was Big Kev. Big Kev was one of those guys I met online. That was a vlogger, and like I said, he's a different type of channel. Let's put it that way. Um, so, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being a part of the show. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to other vloggers here in the Philippines, see if they'll come on the live show and share their story, share how they got here, what they're doing. Um, there's a lot of them out there, uh, and I'll see if I can get some on. Uh, but once again, thanks for stopping in. Those that gave me the advice on take care of Big Kev, that gave me the advice on the sound and everything like that. Greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Wouldn't be a channel without you guys as subscribers. Um, so thank you very much. And with that being said, I'm going to end this broadcast.